Abel Favela, are you all ready?
Also known as.
Sure.
Reference to Mr. Favela, Judge.
Yes.
He just got out of lifetime recovery last week, and I had been dealing with Megan Galloway on this one. We were gonna speak as to what she was intending to offer in terms of the medical records to see about what kind of amount, but it's my understanding that she's ill.
Yes.
So we just wanted to get a brief reset so I can follow up with her in advance and make sure there's no issues as to what she intends to introduce for this restitution.
All right, we can recall it for, do you want to recall it for March? Oh, is that Mr. Favela?
Yes, yes. I guess he was under the understanding, I think, that his case was called, but this is Mr.
All right.
Favela, sir. Sometime in March, whatever works best for the court.
So we can do it for March 3rd. Do you think Ms. Galloway will be back then? All right, we'll do March 6th.
March 6th.
Ms. Ferguson, if you can recall him for March 6th. It is Abel Favela. All
Very
right,
well,
thank
Judge.
you.
Thank you.
Once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
Yes, sir.
And thank you for dressing appropriately for court.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Oh, thank you, you too. All right, court is calling 2021 CR 2011 State versus Javier Herrera. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Ashley Jones.
Defense?
Charles Blanc.
And are you Mr. Herrera?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, this case was scheduled for jury trial, but the state wanted to present a motion for continuance. Defense, are you in receipt of the motion for continuance?
I have received said motion. Yes, Judge.
All right, and state?
Yes, Your Honor. When we were set for trial, we contacted our witness and she informed us that she is 38 weeks pregnant this week and is due at any moment. And so because of that, and additionally, our outcome witness has not approved. Because of those two reasons, the state is requesting a continuance on the city.
All right, defense?
Judge, we're ready for trial.
All right, this is the state's first motion for continuance?
It is, Your Honor, and just for a little bit more context, our complainant is, if she is not going to deliver, her induction date is March 12th.
All right. Then what I'm going to do, Ms. Ferguson, if you would set this for a jury trial sometime after that date, defense, if you'll confer
I will,
with the
Judge.
state and Ms. Ferguson and
Yes.
let me know what the jury trial date is.
Yes, Judge, I will.
Mr. Herrera, I'm granting the state's motion for continuance. This is the first motion for continuance. And it's a good reason.
Yes, sir.
All right. So do you understand
Yes, sir.
the court's ruling and
Yes, sir.
why? All right.
I'll try here.
So just give us a moment. They're going to tell me what the date is.
Yes, sir.
And could you all make sure the court has the acknowledgement of discovery?
Yes,
Your
Judge.
Honor.
Do y'all want to set
May
it
13th is good. May 13th,
May 13th or June
5/13?
16th?
May
13th.
13th.
All right. Your jury trial will be scheduled for May 13th.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
And Mr. Blanc, if you all can make sure I have the acknowledgement of discovery.
Yes, Judge, I'll work on it.
Thank you. All right, Mark Ivy. And what-
Update for the court, Mr. Ivy.
Oh, just one second. And what page is Herrera on, please? Page 6.
How are you?
Oh, I'm doing okay. How are you doing?
Much better. Whatever was going around got me for a few weeks.
Oh, well, you say for a few weeks. How long has it been?
So I was sick for 2 weeks. I've been for the other 4. So I'm in my 6th week. So I'm
Oh my
way
gosh.
beyond the contagious. I'm in the recoup.
Okay. All right. So on Mr. Ivy, state, what are your plans with his case? Because he's still in federal custody.
I had an update just not even a week ago. He finally got sentenced.
Okay.
He's still in Brackettville. We're up for the court issuing a bench warrant and bringing him here to deal with this stuff. He does have a pending case in Maverick that the state has said they may want him first. These cases are older, but there is a pending case in Maverick that's older than these cases.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, I need a date. And you all have been conferring I'm assuming. you
It's a
have all
new,
the-
it's a new prosecutor, but we talked a few days ago, so we're on, we know we have to deal with this, so there's open communication. Judge, I will remind the court, depending on what date we get and when he comes, I have not had a face-to-face conversation with this man in 4 years.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, I need a date. When do you expect the bench warrant to take effect?
The state has to issue
Yeah.
that,
Yes.
usually it's about, they require about a 30-day.
All right, so can you set this for in 40 days? And
Thank
state
you.
if you'll get the bench warrant done.
Yes, Your Honor. In regards to Maverick County, I'll also speak with Maverick County. From the notes, in the street notes that I was looking at here, I think there was a prior agreement that I had to go to Maverick first. Between Charlie's.
Tell them we didn't agree to that.
I just wanted to make the court aware.
Okay.
It's April 8th.
All right, April 8th.
It's 40 days.
And Your Honor, is that a trial date or is that a?
That's for you all to confer, have discovery for him to meet with his client, but state on that date, you need to be prepared to tender an offer.
Oh, sorry.
All right,
Thank you, Judge.
you're welcome.
April 8th.
All right, Castillo.
Castillo.
No, I haven't signed it.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I was.
No, because they're supposed to do input everything into it.
I've turned that in, Judge, at your, we'll come back later at your,
All right, yes, once
Thank
I
you.
receive it, I'll take it up.
thank you.
If they have it now, I'll sign it. All right, in this case, is your client a citizen?
He is not a citizen, Your Honor.
All right, and if you all can make sure that once you get your copy from the back, you bring it back to me so I can input it in the system.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Do you need immigration attorney?
We had requested that through the MAC
Okay,
several times, but I believe our client, after being admonished by Monica Guerrero, that he's very likely willing to go forward with something. We were here Tuesday. We got an offer today. We were recall from Tuesday. Milla Castillo is asking for a week or two before he decides which offer he accepts. And he just asking for just a little bit of time.
all right. You want to bring it back the week of March 3rd or March 17th?
The week of March 17th.
All right, Norma, set this for a plea deadline date, the week of March 17th. What date?
March 20th.
Yes.
And Norma, if you can reach out to the MAC and tell them that he's been waiting for,
Yeah, we
an
had-
immigration.
Right, and we requested it and re-requested it.
Okay.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Thank you. You're welcome.
Toma asiento.
Cobb,
I have Rick Hardy's client.
hello.
Okay.
Morning, Judge.
Hello, hi, I like your shirt.
Thank you.
All right. Where are we on discovery?
Yes.
These are three nightmare cases, Judge.
Oh, so
You
you're
have
here
the
asking
motions.
for the bond conditions to be modified?
That's correct. We did it once on January the 16th, changed it from no contact to supervised contact. And now you'll notice on page 2 in the center of it, I've got a response request from the CPS worker. They'd like to move forward with family reunification. The civil court has not issued a written order.
Oh, just one second, let me.
I'm sorry, that's
Just a second.
that was filed back on the 13th. Each one is identical.
All right, so I need the order from the civil court. When did
There
they
is no
have-
order, Judge. The court is not, as of yesterday, they have not signed an order.
All right, so who is the children's attorney?
The ad litem is a Kathy Stout. I have emailed and called her and had no responses on the 7th of February.
All right,
I do have the CPS worker as well. And I quoted her on the second
All right.
page, but
does anybody have Kathy Stout's?
I've
cell
got her.
number?
I've got her phone number.
All right, so if you'll give that number to Ms. Ferguson, Or if you can call Kathy Stout and see if she
You
can.
probably won't answer me. That's why.
Oh,
That's
no,
why I
no,
said
no. I
she
think
doesn't
you-
answer.
You know what? Once you put it in the universe, then it's not gonna happen. See if
I'll get.
she's available to zoom in.
All right.
All right, just have a seat.
Thank you, Judge.
Who's here on Arturo Villanueva? Hello,
Good morning, Your Honor.
good morning. Where's your client?
I'd like to make a proffer of where he is and what he's doing, and because it involves health matters,
Okay.
that we go
210.
off social media.
All right, have you talked to the state?
No, I have not,
All
but
right,
it just
you-
came up. I just filed my continuance and I can.
All right, so you need to talk to the state about his not being present and see if they have an objection first.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, who's here on Channing McFarland? Court is calling 2025 CR 0000513, State versus Channing McFarland. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state? Defense?
Good morning, Judge. Dirk Ashball for Mr. McFarland. We're ready.
And are you Mr. McFarland?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you're charged with the offense of unauthorized use of a vehicle? That's a state jail felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at 100 days in the Bear County Jail under 1244, and there are no applications. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense, is that the plea?
It is, Judge.
State, is that the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty.
Court will accept into evidence States Exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. After reviewing States Exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Judge.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Just ask that you follow the agreement, Judge.
All right, anything you wish to say?
No, ma'am, I learned my lesson.
No, did you really?
Yes,
Because how old are you?
Almost 40.
All right, you should have already known your lesson.
Yes, ma'am.
And where was she picking you up from?
Huh?
Where was she picking you up from?
From the house.
All right, somebody gives you, your girlfriend, now ex-girlfriend, gives you a ride and you end up throwing her car keys, and then the next thing you know, she can't find her car keys because you threw them in a grassy area. And then she waits for you and you're driving off in her vehicle. You know, people would say that's just very trifling, you know?
Yes, ma'am.
So don't do that anymore. Court is going to find you guilty, sentence you to 100 days in the Bear County Jail under 1244, give you credit for any time served. There's to be no contact with Alexis Wood or Cassie, Cassie, Kines, Kines. All right, let's go off the record. Here's the thing. You don't seem to be ready for a relationship. All right. No, I mean, it appears that it isn't because you're getting angry throwing somebody's keys.
No, but it's a reason though, because she was drunk though, so you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
I
okay,
could have just let her leave.
all right, let's be clear. You were not doing this to stop her from driving because she's intoxicated, because you had no problem with her picking you up and taking you somewhere intoxicated. So let's not play those games. So you're not ready for a relationship.
Yes, ma'am.
In order to get yourself ready for a relationship, get an orchid. Get one where the blooms are on it because it's beautiful. Search through the store, pick the perfect orchid, take it home. And when you take it home, read up on it, discover how to take care of it. Once those blooms fall off and it's not looking the way it looked when you got it from the store, make sure you're able to get it to bloom again. If you're not able to get that plant to bloom again, you're not ready for a relationship. And the reason why I say that is because orchids take a lot of patience. No matter when you follow the instructions, it say do 3 ice cubes. I learned you're not supposed to put ice cubes on it. It say don't put it in direct sunlight, but sometimes no matter what you do, it's not going to bloom again. So until you can get it to bloom again, don't get in a relationship.
So orchid is a flower.
Yes, it's a flower.
Yes, ma'am.
And I'm serious about that because the orchids will teach you a lot of patience. Don't cheat and go back to the store and get another one and pretend it's the same one.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Are y'all ready on Arturo Villanueva? Counsel, you said you filed a motion for continuance?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
Do you have a copy of that? Do y'all have his motion for continuance?
I'll check it.
Eric? And have you conferred with the state?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
State, are you gonna have any objections to this motion for continuance?
Oh,
When are you asking for this to be recalled?
30 days, Your Honor.
Is what's happening with him gonna take 30 days?
Possibly, unclear.
All right, is your client going to be able to appear by Zoom then?
Definitely not.
Well, I'm not talking about today.
I
I mean, at
would-
some point in time.
I would think, I don't know, Your Honor. I don't know the answer to that. I can give the court an update in 30 days and we can reset it then and then we can go from there. Got it? Okay.
And then after this case, I'll take up Cobb. All right, court is calling 2024 CR 0176 State versus Arturo Villanueva. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state, for the defense?
Daniel Vela.
All right, defense has filed a motion for continuance. It's not in proper order, but do you have any objection to the defense's motion for continuance? All right, the court will grant the motion for continuance. All right, counsel. So when do you believe, or what is a good date you think this should be recalled?
Like the 26th, Your Honor, of March. That's like 30 days out roughly.
Norma, can you recall this for the week of March 24th? All right, we can put it on the 24th.
One moment, Your Honor. Does it have to be on a Monday, Norma, or can it be the 26th? No. Well, maybe potentially my client. Excuse me? Okay, let's do we do the 27th.
All right,
Thank you, Judge.
you're welcome. All right, hi, hello, Attorney Soud, how are you doing?
Good. How are you, Your Honor?
All right, so defense counsel is here on Jada Cobb. So in this court, she's charged with abandonment. And defense is informing the court that there's an agreement or an order that hasn't been entered yet on the CPS side, allowing her for supervised contact. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right. And do you have any objections to this court ordering her to have supervised contact with the complainants?
And just a moment, Your Honor. Current order is supervised contact. What we're asking here is unsupervised contact. It's our understanding that the civil court has agreed to that, but is waiting on this court to enter the full order. She
No,
is forwarding towards family renewal. And it's my understanding that Ms. Kolb, that there is a trial set for April the 19th. Reunification is expected before that. Is that correct?
Yes.
no, she's not under oath.
Sorry.
So this is the court's
Let me ask
question.
that to Ms. Stout.
Well, no, we're not on the record yet. Here's my question.
We're asking for unsupervised.
No, but I want to know what's on the CPS side, what has the order that hasn't been signed yet by the court? What has been agreed to? Is it unsupervised or supervised?
Unsupervised pending the order from the criminal court.
All right, now we can go on the record. Court is calling NIMAG number 764331 and 764332 and 764333. State of Texas versus Jada Cobb. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Ashley Jones.
Defense.
Bud Rittenhour.
All right, state, the defense has filed 3 motions asking for a modification of the court's orders here. And they're requesting that the defendant be allowed unsupervised contact with I'm assuming the complainants in this case. Do you have any objections to the defense's motion?
We do not, Your Honor.
All right, and to the guardian ad litem, do you have any objections to this court ordering unsupervised contact?
No, Your Honor.
All right, and when's the last time she was tested? Does anyone know? When was the last time you were tested?
Like 3 days ago, I had a hair follicle and a P test. I do a regular every month.
Okay. All right, then based upon the guardian ad litem's recommendation, the court will then allow for unsupervised contact. Is there anything else?
Not from the state, Your Honor.
Nothing from the defense, Your Honor.
All right, we can go off the record. And where are you expecting this case, the criminal case? What are you all expecting?
Your Honor, the case is not indicted yet.
All right, if y'all would make sure that that's done, because I would hate for the case to be indicted and then she's taken in custody and she has children with her. So at least if you all could give him notification if an indictment is coming. And then counsel, if that's going to happen, you can come to the court for a bond.
All right, Judge.
Your Honor, just so the court is aware, I do believe this is an arrest case initially.
Oh, was it?
Yes.
Oh,
so
okay.
the
All right then.
indictment, she's not going to be re-arrested with the case.
All right.
Hoping
Thank
there
you.
wasn't a change. in
Because I was like,
Some
because
counties
that's
do
the
that.
last thing anybody wants.
Yes.
All right, so Ms. Cobb, what I can tell you is if there are any issues, you can always come back to this court. Counsel, if there's some update or issues on the civil side, just let the court know.
All right, Judge.
All right, and thank you so much, Attorney Stout, for zooming in.
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. Always a privilege.
All right, have a good day.
You too.
All right, counsel, if you want copies of this,
I do, Judge.
then if you'll take it to the back, they will give you copies, and then please bring them back to me so I can put it in the system.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Christopher Cameron.
Present.
All right, counsel, on this case, where are we?
We have conferred, we have an offer that we have not accepted.
Okay.
It's our third setting, so we're still kind of,
All right, so I'm gonna give you all a plea deadline date.
yes, Judge.
That's an alias of mine. That's not my real name, Christopher Cameron. It's Matthew Brown.
All right, I'll make sure this is on here.
Okay.
How old are you, sir?
I'm 43 years old, man.
All right, Ms. Ferguson. Set this in 3 weeks. What date are you available, counsel?
Is the step after the plea deadline, the discovery deadline?
No,
Or is it?
after the plea deadline, then it's
Okay.
jury trial day. The week of March 17th, is that good, Norma?
Yes, Judge, that's good. That's fine. We'll be ready.
All right, your plea deadline date is going to be on March 18th. At that time, you need to let the court know whether you reached an agreement. If you have not reached agreement, after that, it will be a jury trial date.
March 18th, got it.
Yes.
Thank you, Judge.
Great, thank you. And Norma, what page is he on? Thank you. Juan Caballeros. I know I pronounced that. I put a B in there. Yes. All right, come forward. Is this still gonna be a contested hearing?
No, Your Honor. The, after visiting with the prosecutors, about 3 different ones this morning, we have an agreement that includes taking responsibility for a number 1 that's in a different court. That setting is on April 1st.
Okay.
Prosecutors think we can get it done in the next 2 weeks. We can, it involves a JSAT down there, that's followed by a plea or true to that same offense up here for a withdraw and continue alternate amendment.
All right, so you all will need to tell me why I should do this, and we can get into that once you all plead on the motion to revoke. All right. So Ms. Ferguson, on this case? And counsel, what court is the other case out of?
County Court 13.
Are you able to get that any sooner?
Well, oh no, well, we're gonna, it's set March, April 1st, but we're gonna try to get it, squeeze it in the next 2 weeks.
All
We'll
right,
try to move it up a couple of weeks.
so what we'll do then, Norma, can you set this for March 20th? And then counsel, if it's sooner than that, just let us know.
Right.
Is that a good date, Ms. Ferguson? All right, you have an active warrant. Your attorney will need to take care of that.
Have your cell phone with you? Is there family members here?
All right, so, sir, your attorney will talk to you about that and take care of that. But it's not from this court. It's not from this court. Ms. Abrams, that no longer will be contested. Deandre Coleman. Doug, I knew if you were here, you would be able to get in touch with Stout.
I'm useful. Judge, we just got discovery sent to us on the 20th, so I've only had it for 7 days. I'm still looking. I think I'm probably gonna have to do some investigating. So
All right, is there any CPS records involved in this?
I don't believe so because he's not a parent of
Okay.
this child. It was his sibling.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, I need a 30-day reset on Colwyn for discovery. All right, April 1st will be your discovery date, and state you need to be prepared to tender an offer on that date. All right,
Just got
thank
it.
you.
Judge, what's that date again? I was looking
April
at the item.
1st.
Really?
And that's true. It's not April Fool's. All right, do you need anything, sir? Any questions? All right, thank you. Jamerion Greer. All right, so as stated before, you were in jury trial.
I was in jury trial, Judge. Apparently the state has some surveillance videos or something, and there's multiple defendants here. So I need to look at those. I haven't had the opportunity to do that.
All right, Norm, if I can have a 30-day reset on Greer. All right, so we'll be back on April 1st.
Could I be April 3rd, the same day I'm coming back on Mr. Cervantes?
Yes. All right, we'll bring you back on April 3rd. Once you sign the reset form, you are excused. Yes. All right, just have a seat. Your attorney will bring that to you. And thank you for dressing appropriately for court.
I had a question.
Yes,
For us, work.
yes.
Possible. Where that could work.
All right. Have you talked to counsel, if you confer with the state on whether or not he can work? Are you currently employed?
No.
All right, so that's something your attorney will need to approach the court with.
Yes.
If you can confer with the state and see if they have any issues.
Okay, Judge, I'll check with the state.
You can have a seat, sir.
And Norman, he says there are multiple defendants on that case. At some point, I guess we need to see when the other defendants are set.
Yes.
Justin Guzman.
I'm present on that, Your Honor. Good morning, Judge.
Good morning. Is he on the docket today?
Well, I believe, yeah. He is on the docket.
Is he in custody?
Somewhere, we don't know.
We had did we reissue the bench warrant?
Yes.
Around it or something, so
Yes.
he's not here yet. According to the system, he's not here.
All right, so this is what we're gonna do, and this is the last time we're gonna recall it. If we have to recall it again, then we need whoever that sheriff's in that county to be present. So Norma, recall this for the week of March 24th. All right, we're gonna come back on March 27th.
It'll be fine.
And what page is he on?
He's on page 9.
All right, thank you. All right, we'll bring him back on March 27th, and if for some reason he is still not here, we're gonna have to subpoena some sheriffs to have them here and explain that.
I'd like to be here for that.
All right, thank you. Oh, you all will do the subpoenaing part.
Oh.
Court is calling 2024 CR 0128661 State versus John Cowan Barrie. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state? Defense,
Renee Munoz.
and are you Mr. Barrie?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you're charged with evading arrest detention with a previous conviction as a state jail felony? Range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to $10,000 fine. Did you understand? According to the plea, the state is proceeding on count 2. Punishment is to be assessed at 2 years in the state jail facility. The state recommends community supervision. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am, Your Honor.
Defense is at the plea.
That's correct, Judge.
State is at the plea. Outside the agreement, the state is recommending that your community supervision be for a term of 3 years. There be no contact with Target and Academy Sports and outdoors, and a referral to felony drug court. Then to count 2, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest, Your Honor.
State any evidence. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments. The court has reviewed the same. The court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
If we may, Your Honor.
All right, state, they say that there is a restitution amount in the police report. Well, let me take that back. Is there any restitution from the Target or Academy?
That is our understanding as well, Judge.
All right, anything else you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Your Honor, we're respectfully requesting that the court follow this plea bargain agreement. My client was not without his struggles and faults. He has been battling some issues related to mental health as well as substance use. He is willing and able to make a change, in my opinion, and will work any programs that the court deems suitable as far as treatments or other conditions of community supervision. He did want me to ask the court if he could be allowed to make the appointments out of custody as he has a place to live. And he stated that he would definitely make all appointments as scheduled as far as a potential TAP or mental health evaluation. I notified him that would be up to the court. But aside from that, Your Honor, we're just requesting that this honorable court follow the plea bargain recommendation.
All right, do you have any children?
Yes, ma'am.
What are their ages?
I have one daughter. She's 14.
All right, and does she live with you or no?
Not right now.
When's the last time you had contact with her?
Just right before I was incarcerated.
And how often have you been using?
Just like once or twice a month.
All right, we're not here for once or twice a month they're using. People don't pick up, these theft cases and running away from the police for
Correct.
once or twice a month. And in the police report, it said that you had drugs on you. So again, how much are you using?
Every day.
All right, so why are you being dishonest?
I was thinking about the visit. I'm sorry. I was.
All right, so what drugs have you been using every day before you were taken into custody?
Meth.
All right. And how far did you go in school?
I had my GED.
All right, this is what the court is going to do. Court is going to sentence you to 2 years in the state jail facility, suspended and probated for 4 years, and state your excuse. In custody, the following is to occur: a referral to felony drug court, TAP evaluation, MIC evaluation, follow TAP results. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person, regular random UAs, 200 hours of community service restitution. I'm going to order the theft course. Once he completes that, 100 hours will be deducted. And then there's 100 hours if he decides to better himself through a trade school or counsel. If there's something else that he does to better himself, just bring it to the court and I'll consider that as community service hours.
Yes, Your Honor, will do. Thank you for that.
Otherwise, you're going to end up picking up trash off the side of the street.
I understand.
There's to be no contact with Target or Academy Sports and outdoors. There's going to be field visits 1 time per month for 8 months. Probation, is there anything else? I'm sorry. Oh, thank you. There's to be proof of employment within 45 days of release. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. Anything else, probation? And I'm sorry, probation, there's to be no unsupervised contact with minors. All right, we can go off the record. In this court, in order to be successful, communication is key. If there's an issue, let your probation officer know. If you feel like you're going to use, let your probation officer know, and we'll take it up. If for any reason you feel as though they're not addressing your issues, you can always come back to court. You understand?
Yes, ma'am, Your Honor.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Have a seat, sir.